Hello, team. Let's get started. Let me read out the question. From the top of a tower, two balls are thrown horizontally with velocities u1 and u2 in opposite directions. If their velocities are perpendicular to each other just before they strike the ground, so find the height of the tower. So let's say this one was the ball one. So it has been thrown horizontally in this direction, with u1, as second ball thrown in this direction with u2. There is, since the question is saying about their velocities are perpendicular to each other just before they strike the ground. So for convenience, we should select the axis to write the component of velocity in horizontal and vertical directions. So let us say this is your positive x-axis. This is your positive y-axis. This one is ground level. This one is your tower. So what is initial condition? If you write for ball 1, initial condition, ux is minus u1 because it is given a projection velocity in the negative direction of x-axis. Let us say uxi. Yeah. Uyi, that's initial condition, it was 0. Acceleration in the y direction is g j same way for ball 2. If you write initial condition, uxi is u2, that is in the positive direction of x-axis. Acceleration will be same, the gravitational acceleration. In the y direction, initial velocity 0. So this is your initial condition for ball 1 and ball 2. Let's say at t time, the ball reach here. Since from the same height, the ball is being thrown in the horizontal direction, and initial velocity in the y direction was 0 for both. So both of the ball will be reaching at the same time to the ground. there is no force acting in the x direction both for ball 1 and ball 2. This is 0. So it means the velocity in x direction will not change. So if we say this position as A and this one is as B, so at A, the component of velocity in the x direction will remain same for ball 1, and for ball 2 at B it will be same because of this. So now we should write the equation for ball 1 and ball 2 in the vertical direction. So for ball 1, at time t, equation of motion in the y direction. So you will write uy ground for ball 1, uy ground for ball 2. So what will be your uy g1 for ball 1 at this location at point A? It will be initial velocity in the y direction, that was 0, plus acceleration in the y direction, that was g, and how much time? It is t time in which it is arriving there. So gt. So this will be your gt for uy g1. Similarly for ball 2, if you write uy g2 0 plus gt, same time. So this is also gt. So if we write the resultant velocity at point A for ball 1 and we say it as v1, and for ball 2 if we say v2, so we can write v1 and v2 in the form of vector, and that will be v1 will be x component of the ball in the s direction. So what is the x component? That is minus u1. So we can write u1 I. In the y direction, it is gt j cap. Similarly for the ball 2, if we write the equation, so u2 in the I direction means x direction, and gt in y direction. In the question it is saying that just before striking the ground, the resultant velocity of both the ball 1 and ball 2 making a 90-degree to each other become perpendicular. So this angle is showing 90 degree. This one is your V1 and this one is your V2. So if we use the dot product of the vector V1 dot V2, so you will be getting a magnitude of V1 into magnitude of V2 into cos 90. And you know that cos 90 is 0. So that will be a useful equation for us. So we will do that. I cap, J cap, I cap, J cap. And V1 dot V2 we can write magnitude of V1, magnitude of V2 into cos 90 degree. And this will be, and right hand side will become minus U1 U2 plus G squared T square. This one is 0, cos 90 is 0. So your equation, this equation will become G squared T square U1 U2. In the question, it is being asked to know the height of the tower. So in this equation, if you say U1 is known, U2 is known, G is already known, so only T is left over. And since there is no initial velocity in the y direction for both the ball, so we can utilize this equation. H is equal to initial velocity in the y direction into time plus half gt square. So h is basically your half gt square, where h is your tower height that we have to find out. So if we try to reach this figure in this equation, we will get h directly. So what we will do, half gt square, half u1 u2 by g, and this one is your height h from here. So u1 u2 by 2 into g will be your height of the tower. You can go and check in the question for the option. So this is the correct option, and we can write this as an answer. So hopefully you understood the concept. In case of any doubt, please do write in the comment box. I will clarify the doubt. Thank you.